Okay, guys, just still getting set up. A few other people are kind of coming in at the same time, so, and also I'm a noob at stream casting stuff, so I am Final Fantasy Shu, forum Shu that is, and let's see here if I can alert people. Otherwise, somebody alert for me that we are live streaming, because I cannot find it on Discord right now. I'll put it in serious discussions. Alright, so here's how we're going to do things. I'm going to go through the forum post, read the rules, draw through. Our 2-year-old has kind of like a chocobo bucket that I'm going to be drawing out of, so I'm going to go ahead and be drawing out of that. As you can tell, she's bent it, broke it, and draw all over it, so we're going to be drawing from this bucket right here. But I'm going to go through the rules, the raffle, what it is, and then we're going to start. And then also we're going to go through some of the stuff that we're doing for both birth week and also just some other nuances with the site. Yep. Chocobo bucket. There you go. Didn't even realize it. So let's see here. Of course, it goes to the last one. And I'll have us up over here while we're going through it. All right. So, as most of you know, if you have 100+ posts, that was the only requirement of being able to enter the raffle. Otherwise, you basically buy from the actual store itself with 5 CT, a bonus raffle. The other thing is you can also buy it for 5 GP, and the other one is also the magazine article. If you share it on social media, which most people did, thank you very much, with the very help of all the folks that did it, from Dan, Mitz, to everybody on the forums. Thank you for all the contributions, etc. We're going to go ahead and also commemorate most of the stuff that mostly nobody thinks about in terms of the news people. Thank you, Liv, for being able to do the news articles that we promote every single monthly, weekly, bi-monthly, whatever. Excellent job there. And I'm going to go through each of these people's names, and so kind of going through each of these will give you kind of like a more of a raffle ticket. So as you can see, Mitz has 3 tickets, Shiva with 3, and Ross with 4, and Soul Corruptor with 3, and everybody else has 1 except for Esper having 2. So that what that means is basically your name was entered that many times into this Chocobo Pail, in which I'll be drawing from. But for right now, are there any questions on the forum that I can get to prior to drawing some tickets? Oh, one question that was asked of me. Can you win both plushies? That is a no. So what's going to happen is basically the person that wins the first one and the person that wins the second one has the ability to trade. You cannot win both. So if I have your name in the pail more than twice and then I also draw you a second time, I'm just going to throw it away or eat it. Either two, don't care. But either way. So let's keep going with this. Sly, you could have entered more than once. You know you could have. We should have something for the FC for Final Fantasy 14. I'm sure we did, but I didn't read all the things. So, no, we didn't actually. That would have been a good one. Next year, there you go. So again, what you can win for the folks that are just now joining us is a Moogle. That's the first thing. And the second thing, and honestly, it says a plush doll Kuplo Kupo. So there you go. And the second thing you can win is this Cactar. So awesome stuff. we thought about putting in more, but at the same time, since this is kind of like a first, we can probably do this maybe every half a year, maybe every quarter, or we might just reserve it for birth week as an individual right. So again, so getting back to what we're trying to get into here, birthday giveaway, birth week giveaway. Anything else I missed with this? I don't believe so. So without further ado, let me go back to and see if there's any questions. What's your favorite site feature? I'll be honest, it's not on here anymore. I'm joking. It's honestly the shout box, and also the stats that we now have. The shout box has been a commemorative thing for probably since the longest I known. I joined back in 2006 of I think November. And the first thing I noticed was people talking in the shout box, like AOL instant chat room almost. A few of people said, "Hey, go join the chat box," and the shout box. And so the first thing I did was basically went to it, and that's how I got to know most people on the site. Lots of generations have changed since then. Also, some of the stuff I like is the VB shop. Yeah, well, it's not here anymore, but it's kind of still here. So it's not the VB forums, but it is, the Xeno forums add-on that the plugin that we did. I can go through some of the plugins that we added as well as part of this features update. I know a lot of people have questions about the site. Why did we go with Xeno forums? Why did we not stick with VB forums and stuff like that? This site has only been through about 3 upgrades from the standpoint of site features, from the standpoint of 2006 when Darkblade owned it, to when we cut over and did VB, I think it was VB4 to VB6, I can't remember, to be honest, or VB3 to VB4, and then that's when we got the new styles. We also had help to be able to do some mobile design so that we could have some people log in with the mobile site, etc. And then finally from Zen Forum, it was the best way to go because it was already a pre-configured site that was ready for dynamic features, that where mobile users could log in, use it, no problems, and also had default settings to the site. What do you think about pineapple on pizza? Are you serious? I think it's at one point it was disgusting because I am not a fan of sweet and savory together, but I believe it's pretty good. Now, if you ask me chicken salad, why put raisins in it? I think that person is the devil, whoever does that, so I don't think that is cool. But yes, I meant Mod Shop. Sorry, Mitz. Otherwise, let me think here. So other features that we've added to the site, as you've noticed, the alerts. I'm just looking around randomly here. The menu items that you'll notice. We have the raffles now. We have the streams. We have Discord. So if you do have a stream, please go ahead and sign up if you haven't, to be able to use our stream if you have the points. If you have any questions about that, please ask any staffer or any member here. What's your favorite magazine article? I've always liked, no offense, I've always liked Dan's articles about the turtles, so I can't remember specifically which one it was. But those images that you create, the caricatures, those are awesome, Dan. So obviously, me summarizing all the articles would not be pretty good because we have 90 pages in that freaking PDF. So a lot of which are hilarious in the fact that we've created stories, we've created stuff from people having connections via relationships here at the Final Fantasy forums, etc. Timmy loves you too. You think I'm going to do research right before this? No, I had to. I don't think that's going to happen. Well, let's see here. Other things about the article. As most people know, how long did it take you guys to create it from the standpoint of inception to the standpoint of actually finishing all the 90-page put together with TS help on the PDF Illustrator? Mitz? I think Mitz is checked out on that one. Honestly, if you guys think about it, how long most articles get created, and you have full staff editing teams, you have all that other stuff that people do for Square Enix. I think it's an incredible feat, and honestly, that's a huge congratulatory thing, along with the forum upgrade that we did. That's awesome as well. Thank you, Phil. That's a huge thing we've always been wanting for the site, because we've been noticing wonky features. Now we still have, obviously, we're still going to have some server connectivity times every now and again, but with the help of Phil and his team, we've definitely helped out. Turn those things around quickly when the server is slower than normal or anything else. But as you can see, it's more responsive, and I don't know why. And apparently we also have, no VB slider. I know that did go away as far as deprecated items. But again, we might be able to pull that back with some, to be able to put some of the more signature of the week stuff in there, or articles, etc. But again, it's pretty easy to see now with the whole site feature here. If you go to the main page, you can see all the magazines. Maybe we can start doing that with SOTWs. And again, we've only been upgraded for a few months now, so we're trying to look into all the upgrades and plugins that we can actually foreseeably see in the future that we can actually add on. I'll put Mitz on the spot for that, because she has been working a lot with both Lord Goebbels and also Phil, and basically going through the articles, going through some of the plugins that we might need to be able to keep up with the stuff. And also, if you think about it too, if there's any cool themes that you would like to add onto the site, we are looking into those as well. As you see right here, this is not a standard. I believe I looked at it and added the teal to my feature. I can't remember which used to be at the bottom. Don't think it is anymore. No. So shades of gray, teal. So that's what I'm using. So if you ever want to change it, you have the ability to down here. So Omni, etc. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to start with the first drawing, and then we're going to take a little break, and then I'll come back with the second drawing. Hopefully everybody's ready. Okay, let's see here. I'm dumping all the beautiful raffle tickets in here. Baggy. It wasn't a hat at one point, but unfortunately that hat was a bad idea because I have a fan running in the room and it would not stay. All right. Again, if you win, you become a voluntary admin for a day, right? No, you get a plushie. So, let's see here. All right. I am not looking at it. I will tell you this. All right, drum roll. The first person is... Good gosh. We have Soul Corruptor. Maybe we should have made it. Let's see if we have everybody in the room here. Oh, we do. LJ, what's up, man? Look at my crazy writing. But yeah. All right. Just so I have it clear, I'm going to go ahead and take your name out of the pot, LJ. And you can go ahead and say what you want, obviously, and we'll go back to that in the future. One moment. Your name is always the longest, so it's easy to pick it out, obviously. All right. Don't stab this one. Yeah, we're going to put some size constraints on names just because of this contest. I guess it's easier for me to grab that surface than it is for the others. I will never win, apparently, because I have a 3-letter name, so Sly, you're out of this too, apparently. I'm just kidding. I will somehow make it fair next time. I did not think about the size constraints being an issue. All right, let's see here. What else can we talk about the site before we draw the next one? Because I don't want to just, get on here and get off, almost like a tease, right? Ooh, let's see here. As most of you guys know, we are trying to see how close we can get this shoutbox integrated with Discord. So, with Discord and Shoutbox, we do try to have the same rules that we do as well. So we're also trying to look for ways to improve both the communication between one or the other, and also try to bring the people from Discord into Final Fantasy and try to see Final Fantasy forums just to see exactly if we can bring them in as members. So again, if you notice a new member on the site and you want to know who's the newest member on the site and you want to see exactly, like, if you want to chat with them, if you want to see who they are, register members will give you kind of like the newest people over here. What I usually do is every day kind of come through here and see if there's anybody new that has reached out and started posting. And if they have started posting, I usually give them a big welcome and then maybe send over the new Bodum new member greetings area. So again, let's see. Yeah. So again, we all have the ability to greet people here, and obviously make sure to be friendly to those people that are now joining, and have them sent the link, and so that they can say hello, and then throw them into the shout box with the sharks. Yes, you guys are sharks sometimes. It's fun to see. Any other feature upgrades you want to see? That's a good question. I was hoping that at one point Discord could be our chat, so that it'd be like an embedded thing, but I don't think there's enough plugins to actually facilitate that. I think it's an option down the road maybe, but something that we can probably get closer. What do you think of Final Fantasy VII Dwarves? I think it's funny that most people think I'm Doc, for one. Let's go to that for real quick, and we could go through some of the Birth Week stuff that people have actually gone through. Thank you very much, Tia, for setting this up. We need font colors. All right, so anyway. So I think people calling me Doc, that's really funny. And of course, it's Sleepy, always working, always arduous and helpful. It is definitely funny for us to, put all this stuff out every single year and to see who's actually won it. I know a lot of this has been slimmed down and minimalized, which I think is great because it was getting a little out of hand. Miss you, Jim. Miss you, Hal, but not so much. But again, there's sometimes good to go back to some of these Survivor events just to see exactly who has posted what. But with the new Seven Dwarfs theme, I think it's quite funny. So let me go back to this. Shade. I'm not throwing shade. I actually do miss those two sometimes. They had their moments. Who's your favorite admin? Definitely not myself. It's hard to put people on the spot like that, Audrey. I don't know. We can roll a dice. Yeah, exactly. Lord Goebbels, how's that sound? Actually, he's a side owner. I don't know. Everybody's blue now, so let's just say I can't make that decision by myself. Yep. Chase, we do miss Chase. If you guys can think of a way to bring that man back, come on and do it. What's your favorite mod? Who's your favorite? I mean, it's hard to say. You're gonna get me in trouble here. You're putting me on the spot, and I don't like it. But if I had to say it, not Sprout. Let's see. I don't know. Y'all are all equally good in my eyes. There's nothing I could say that's better. I do like seeing statistics sometimes and seeing how people are eager to race sometimes to make sure this effort from the archiving effort has been going, and also the process. So for everybody else that doesn't know, behind the scenes, when we migrated this we migrated to this upgrade, we had to do a lot of due diligence of moving stuff from one unarchived folder to another because of the forum stats. Basically, when you post and archive something, it changes the stats so there's no longer inside of that subforum. To make things accurate, we need to move it prior to and after, and we still are today, migrating stuff from Final Fantasy archives to the old Gaia Sleeping Forest archives to moving it back to its actual forum. So if you see these old posts that are coming back and being necroed from way back, that's not typically all the admin's fault. It's we're trying to basically make sure that everything falls in alignment with the indexing process that we have here. Okay, can you explain to members more about unarchiving and forum restructure? I'll explain a little bit about the forum restructure, to be honest. There's a lot that's going on. For example, we're adding back some of the things that we added back in VB forum days, is prefixing, etc. Not only are we trying to minimalize forums so that it's all kind of, if you have Final Fantasy 12, there's not so many sub forums underneath, but it's all in one forum, and we're using prefixes as a kind of subsidize instead of. So again, if you see Final Fantasy 12 and then there's like 4 different forums, we're trying to eliminate those forums and try to have one forum and it has multiple prefixes. Yeah. And honestly, I have been reading through a lot of the change logs. Yeah, I know, right? Putting me on the spot here. I don't know. It's like somebody's trying to make me vote who's the best mod here, and also who's the best admin. But but again, it's all good. So I think for the next the next few months, what we're trying to do to kind of get things going is, I'll put Mitz on the spot, is what do you think about creating more additions to the magazine from both Dan and Mitz? Do you think we're going to be doing that from a quarterly, or are we going to do that just every year where we'll do a lump sum of 90 pages again? Yeah. As most of you know, we admins have a pretty busy life, and I've tended to disappear, reappear on whim as well. So I understand. There's a lot of stuff. Make her pay. I can't. Well, obviously, she's as y'all know, Mitz is like the mom to this forum in terms of keeping everybody in straight, even including myself. So, like, from the example of what I'm trying to say is the forum restructuring, we were probably not going to go through with it, but there were some process that we had to kind of think about in terms of going forward with this forum, because we want to try to make it new, vibrant, etc. So we Mitz kind of is our kind of like liaison from standpoint of Lord Goebel sometimes. And so also from the standpoint of kind of making sure everybody is agreeable to changes, because there's a lot of changes that are happening every single week on this forum, as you've seen. We're trying to bring about new stuff, new events, kind of keep people engaged, and also bring about new membership. So all that to say, as a member or anybody else on the forum, if you think about ways to bring new membership, we are open to suggestions. Please use that feedback thread to be able to, or feedback subforum, to be able to kind of keep us up to date on what's new as far as like technology that's out there, etc., to kind of keep us engaged as well. We're trying to go with YouTube live videos. We're trying to go with Let's Plays by, of course, Greenie over there. We're trying to go with Twitter posts, news articles that get promoted to those Twitter posts, SOTW, signature of the week, signature of the year, etc., and also stuff that we can do inside of Birth Week that could bring about a little bit more stuff too. So next Birth Week, next year, think about it prior to it. Also give us some updates. I cannot speak for that, LJ. I think I think we are looking at things not from the standpoint of games right now. As most of you know, we did have Forumon, which was added after the RPG. A lot of the old members that ran the former RPG, such as Koloth, I think Gabby, Dan from England, those guys that were running it are no longer, have started coming back or no longer here, but at the same time, we don't have that RPG around anymore. So it's deprecated completely, and I don't know if it can actually be ran. So we would have to find an alternative means for an RPG. Now, again, what that would mean is maybe third-party hosting some other person's RPG onto this forum. I don't think anybody's created one from scratch on this forum. So unless, Luke or anybody else that's a programmer, I'm not including myself here because I work too much to actually have fun programming at home anymore. So, but yeah, if you can think of anything, that's a great suggestion. But again, I cannot give you a definitive answer, nor have we even researched any RPG stuff. We're still working on our unarchiving and restructuring process right now. LJ. All right. It is 30 minutes into it. Granted, 2 minutes were spent on Mitsuki trying to say wait. So, but at the same time, all good. Let's go through some other birth week stuff, and then we can go on to the next. Yeah. Have me back. What are you talking about? I was never gone. I was just in the shadows. Just kidding. I was not Batman. That's true. That's true. Yeah, I did disappear for a little bit. As you guys might know or might not know, I migrated myself from Mississippi in the U.S. to Tennessee. And when I did that, my Tennessee employer basically said, no external sites except for like Gmail and a few other things. But I transferred employers, and now I can actually use all the website and stuff like that, and I can actually get back on. And also Discord is I'm using my phone to do it. So if any of you guys want to contact me, Discord is probably the best bet. I don't use WhatsApp as much anymore. I don't have the need as much anymore to use it because Discord does everything that I need to do. I can communicate via voice. I can do everything I need to there. So anyway, let's go on and let's talk a little bit more about the birth week right now, since we have it up to date. Let's go here. I think we can officially say this Moogle mystery thread is just getting crazy enough. How do you guys feel about the birth week thus far? Do you think, granted, there's fewer members, don't get me wrong, but how do you guys think we're doing so far with it? Be candid. We can take criticism. Just don't be political with it. Birth week raffles we're going to be doing here. Let's see when we do that. Oh, wait. You redirected it to here. Okay, yep. And then June 20th must have been already done. Again, I was on vacation for a little bit. So let's see here. I think the staff has been up in their game from the left and right. I've been noticing quite a bit of people interacting with it. If you guys know, if you want to try to get more people back into the things, also mention Birth Week to them via social media, or just via, email, text, whatever. Try to get them back into Survivor. That's going to be coming again. Hopefully we have enough people to actually do Survivor so that everybody's happy there. Again, send everything to your friends. Promote this because we will make this place live again. That's a good question. Who will solve the murder mystery or Moogle murder mystery? Who do you think the winning birth week this year? That's a good question. It all matters on how much one actually participates. I know very little in terms of how many people have actually participated. consolidated effort, I think it's going to be... it's going to be smooth. I mean, Sly. Oh, we have a Sims live stream. This is very new also. This is going to be... Oh, this is going to be awesome. I cannot wait. I don't have Sims. You guys, you got to tell me these things. I need to re-download these things. Yeah. I mean, I would say Chase if he was around, but he's just not around. You guys are funny. All right, well, I think we can basically do another. Let's make sure. Oh, I do have another Soul Corruptor. Make sure. Sorry, LJ. I can't have you win again. These multiple raffle tickets are killing me. What I'm going to do is next year I'm just going to print it out and make it all the same font, and then kind of like shrink some of the people's that are like longer so that everybody's name's the same, so they all fit differently. Like I literally had to write everybody's names down into a WordPad and then cut it manually, so it didn't take me that long. Not enough. All right. Yeah, the Sims thing's just spanking it. Yeah, I just noticed that. All right, are you guys ready for the second drawing and the final drawing? Again, you have the ability to trade, but afterwards there's no take back seats, etc., and then we move forward from that. What I'll do is post this video back to the channel itself so that people have the opportunity to know what they could win next year. We might go with a different theme, though. It might not be always Moogles and Cactars. It might be Chocobos. I don't know. I don't know what plushies are out there. I was wanting, you know, what did I want? I can't remember. There's a lot of things, such as like Final Fantasy VII stuff. So, yeah, he's already taken the best one. The Fat Cat. Red 13. I mean, that would be a cool one if there is one. But, yeah. They do need to do like summon ones like Shiva, Ifrit, all those guys. So, oh, let's talk about this for a little bit right before I draw. Who's very impressed about E3 not doing the, the Final Fantasy VII Remake update at all? 0 updates to that. That was great. Oh, I don't understand about E3 this year. There was like very little updates. At least Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out. For a few of you guys, I know that's going to be awesome. I wasn't a big fan just because it was a little bit... it was an era where, you know, I was going out to college. So, but basically, anything to do with Disney, I think is pretty cool for kids. Yeah, I'm surprised that was a surprise. 2030. Yeah. Yeah, you know what they do? They try to keep people in the game just so, you know, they just keep announcing things like that. Next you'll go, you'll have like a Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core -2, and people are like, what? So, yeah. Somebody didn't die. I can't give any spoilers, but somebody didn't die. I'll just call it Zareth. 2 names combined. All right. Let's see here. What can I do? What can I do to entertain people? I can't play a game because I don't know how this thing will do with 3 different things, nor do I have it set up. Well, I do have it set up, so I could play games, but not going to play games. Think I'm going to stick to the same one. Please, guys, if you haven't, read all the magazines. I'm going to do myself a favor as well and read more than just, summarizing all of the articles of the actual magazine itself. I have gone through it, but I have not actually read everything because it is a lot of material. That's awesome. Part 1. Part 2. I you can't blame Mitz for the failings of SC not announcing. I think it's just should still be in there. The question is, when will you get your copy? 200 GP. Yeah. Guys, I don't even have that. I don't even have close. I haven't even used mine yet, so at all. I've used CT points, but that's about it. All right. If I pick somebody I don't like below the screen, you would never know. Okay, but seriously, I'll do this. And if it's me, I'm not included in this. I don't know why. I bought the raffle just to see what it was. So, gold points. And I believe that's like currency, like real money. Like you can actually turn it into gift cards and whatnot. That was the question I answered for Mitsuki. Then you also have Gil and CT community. I mean, it is true. Square Enix has done worse, but I just knew it would be one of these things where we just wait. Yeah, you have Final Fantasy 13 that has what 3 releases now. Maybe. Yeah, 3 releases. You have Final Fantasy 12 that has 2.25, I think. It has like a second release. And then you have old, legacy games that have, second, Tactics has a second one, Avalos and all that stuff. Don't know. Final Fantasy VII was the most popular game for the Final Fantasy franchise. Not meaning you have to like it, but the most popular. Sorry. And they still don't want to do a remake. I mean, I get it. You could either do 2 things. It can bring the reputation of the entire company down, or it can bring them back up. But overall, they're going to make money. But they're too focused probably on Final Fantasy 14, everything else. Oh, yeah. Don't put me in that loop. Seed exam. I failed. Yeah, Tactics Advance was pretty bad. Alright, so I'm just trying to make sure I don't pick up like 3 at a time like I'm doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and draw, and then we can palaver for like maybe a good 20 minutes since it is 1:40. I promised an hour out of myself. So if there's more stuff we can talk about after, I don't want everybody to scram right as soon as I grab something though, so that's the thing. Guard Scorpion. Oh my gosh. The first boss. Yeah, that's right, because I'm fair. Alright. Alright. So, here we go. Good luck, guys. Oh my god, is Gabby even around? Gabranth? I think you have to officially be on the, shout box at the time. I'm just kidding. But I don't know if Gabby's here. Arr. He only had 1 ticket. Well, he got chosen. All right. Well, I mean, sorry guys, that's it. Don't be upset just because. Try again. I think he left the site, Tyler. Yeah. Come on, Mitz. What's going on here? I have a shoe discussion. All right. Yeah, congrats, Kyran. That's awesome, man. Hopefully you're around to be able to get this. Otherwise, we were doing a 5-day, and I mean 5-day to claim your prize. And then we have to do this again, and me making a fool of myself again just for everybody's entertainment. So. All right. Hey, no problem. It's been fun. The only problem was I didn't have everything set up. There was just to kind of give you a backstory here. This was announced to me kind of out of the blue, kind of to do a giveaway. We were talking about doing real life donations and stuff like that. We were going to do a donations app and stuff like that. And I believe we kind of are working on that. Don't know exactly the full process. Otherwise, we wanted to bring in, along with the release of the magazine, we have the birth week. We also wanted to have a giveaway for people, and also the Final Fantasy updates, Final Fantasy Forum updates that we give into the site. So this huge all-around effort that we've been overwhelmingly doing. I think next year, obviously, we'll try to centralize a little bit and come back to keeping more events going on throughout the year. For right now, we are looking for finishing up Birth Week here in a bit. After that, the staff is going to go back and try to update some of the rules for both Discord and here. Stuff I've been reading. We're still researching plugins all the way around for Zenforo. Although this is a pretty recent site, and although that we've moved over to it, we're still having to do diligence on that. Again, I already mentioned this, but I'm just trying to reiterate because what you see now is not the finished state. I don't know what the finished state looks like. It might be a fluid thing. We're trying to do some dynamic updates at the same time, not make everything so static. Some stuff that you'll notice is now that you have the Discord up here instead of over here. So if you need, we also have it over here. My bad. But yeah, the plugin's down there. So if you have any questions, please reach out. Most people are on Discord if they're not on the site. As you can see over here, we have tons of people going crazy, and the shoe discussion, which, yeah, that's but yeah, so I'll update more people like that. And watch nobody speak at all. Also, if you don't see stuff actively updating here, make sure you click on some of the tags that are here, pin messages. We do kind of give through updates. The last one was on June 3rd by Kira. Thank you very much. And we are still trying to do voices. Kira, I'm about to submit, so don't back out. Don't back that out. People, we need your voices. We need to basically have multiple entries. Get to it, hip hop. Hippity hop hop. Remove. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I'll make sure to do that right after this because I don't think I'll be in this place in about, yeah, exactly. Go do it. Again, where is that? Go to form, hold on. What am I doing? I'm losing my mind is what I'm doing. If I haven't already lost it, I'm sorry. We probably should, anything that we need updates to, we probably should start doing stickies for. Again, people sign up for this. I'll go ahead and put it out there to people in Discord. Yeah. What can I say? There's so much time on my platter that I can do stuffs. All the stuffs. Okay, guys. Well, I will be contacting the people individually via PM. Thank you, Mitz, for going ahead and contacting Gabranth. If he is not on, I will say this, I will put an ad hoc, or kind of like an impromptu thing. If we see that Gabby has not actually responded in the next 5 days, I do want to make sure to go ahead and do one more drawing as a kind of like a caveat to this. So you have an additional ability to get something. We might not have it in front of us right now, but we might be sending some stuff out. That is if Gabby doesn't respond in 5 days. If he does, sorry, we will do it again next year. We might do it for a few events coming up just to kind of make sure. So I'm going to go ahead and draw one more name just for the sake of drawing another name. If we do get more people, sorry guys, it's been cut off as far as signups go. But going forward, we'll see if we can get a little bit more buy into this. So, Christmas raffle. No, another long name. Oh, here we go. Just in case, that is a backup. So in case Gabranth doesn't, telling you, Sly, you just need to pick a bigger name. You'll win everything. No, but seriously, next year I'm going to probably reduce the... So if I have names, what I'll do is probably put numbers instead of names, because names can all be, you know, different sizes. So I'll assign a number to everybody's name, and then we'll just go through the numbers. And we'll all draw a number and make sure those are the same size on a sheet. So if you feel like you've been cheated, sorry. And Al, don't do anything to Gabby. Please don't. If you find him, just say thank you for taking your reward. Okay. Is there anything else that anybody has any questions about? We got 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Hey, by the way, let's see if this works. 1 moment. See if I can get back to the chat room. But either way, do you want to sign up for Sims? I don't know if... Are we talking about the real-life Sims? Let's read this article real quick. Oh, I see. Yep, that totally looks like me, so don't need any modifications. Goofball, definitely. Geek, probably. No. I'm materialistic, guys. You just don't know. Totally not a bro. Not a bro. Hates children. Dang, Sims. That's rough. It's going right to the heartstrings. Family oriented. Okay, all right. Yeah, so sign up, guys. That'd be awesome. I am definitely saying I'm in. I don't know what I'm in for, though. Let's see. Let's see. Let me copy and paste somebody's. It is filled. Yeah, I noticed that. Do you want to sign up? That was what I saw, so. Aww. That's awesome. Just imagine if cats could get to that size. Don't attempt that, please. Yeah, Carbuncle. I've thought about a few others as well. Behemoth. There is an actual Behemoth one, which I would love to see. Chimera, as mentioned. Corals. Those have been a few plushies I've seen in the past. I don't think I've seen the Behemoth, but yeah, no, Behemoth. It's weird though. There you go. How is that a Behemoth? But anyway, I know it's a mascot plush, but in a baby Behemoth, but that's kind of crazy. And that's the actual. Yep. So again, okay, donations is a no-go. So that's, you know, yeah, that's something to think about. We were talking about donations to be able to kind of fund these events and whatnot. So if we kind of wanted to do kind of more raffles that didn't have as much engagement per se, we could have people donate if they truly wanted to, $1, $3, whatever, and then we can use that money to be able to go purchase some plushies, and then from plushies we'll basically, or other things. That's not saying we're always going to do plushies. Maybe somebody might get a full copy of the 90-page magazine, PDF fashion from Kinko's. So, yeah. Yeah, taxes. Exactly. Exactly. All right, guys. Well, I think we can almost wrap it up. If there's any more topics, I can definitely go back to Discord and play around with people, but I know that people are talking about the World Cup right now, and as everyone knows, Mexico's going to win it, so just going to go ahead and put that out there. I have to rep Mexico if U.S. isn't in it. I'm sorry. Final Fantasy get-together barbecue. Yeah. Yeah. Just reading if anybody actually used this to communicate other than, all right. We're good. Oh, yes. That will be awesome. I did like that. All right, guys. well, if you have anything else, I would love to have you have contributions. So again, if you have anybody that you want to return to the forum, please, please, please reach out to them. I do want to see more returners than I have seen in the past. There has been a lot of changes to the forums. A lot of people aren't aware of them. So to be able to get those things out, we're using social media, but that's not always the best bet because a lot of people, great stream. A lot of people are not on social media or are heavily accessible on social media, so they're privatized, etc. But I want to make sure that you guys reach out and communicate. Make sure that you use these latest profile posts to kind of monitor what's going on too. If you see a member that you haven't talked to in a long time, go out and just say, hey, what's up? I've been trying to do that recently with a lot of people that I just haven't seen in a long time. So again, I'm reiterating and reiterating and reiterating with repetition here, but there is a purpose for all this. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your weekend. And also, if you have any questions whatsoever, only ask Mitz. Don't ask me. I have no idea what's going on anymore. All right. Have a great one. Take care and bye.